Good morning, everyone. Okay, so this is day one of our 30-day Cortices reboot that we're doing. And the intention is that if we come together and we all do this technique together every single day for 30 days, we're going to be laying down new pathways, we're going to be rewiring the brain, we're going to be seeing that the brain functions better and that the communication between all areas of the brain just works better. When that happens, then the rest of the body is going to be functioning a lot better and be a lot happier as well, which means that you will be a lot happier. So let's get stuck straight into it. Remember, you can do this technique just once a day, or you can do it many times a day, depending on what your needs are. If you're under a lot of stress and pressure, if you're unwell, go ahead and do it 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times a day, whatever you intuitively feel like you need to do. So usually the way that people work it is that their dominant hand is going to be their tapping hand. And you're going to be doing, I've got my cat on the table, so he's wobbling the table if you can see the camera moving. And he hangs around for Cortices all the time. So your tapping hand is usually going to be your dominant hand, and you're going to be doing light tapping across the top of the head brain. You're also going to be doing light tapping across the top of the heart brain, which is just off center on the left of the sternum, where the heart area is. And then you're also going to be doing tapping over the gut brain. And we usually associate the gut brain with the area of the small intestine. So if you're tapping about an inch or so above your belly button, then you're going to be in the right area. With your other hand, your fingers are always closed together. So you place it at the first hand position, which is at the base of the brain. It's called the occiput. And as you're taking really nice big deep breaths in and out, because we need to exaggerate the breathing process for this technique, is that we do light tapping across the top of the head brain. So fingers are nice and wide, making sure that we're connecting with both left and right hemispheres of the brain. And we take nice big deep breaths in and out. And we tap over all 3 brains. We do at least 2 full big deep breathing cycles for each hand position. You can place a finger at the top of the hand, and it gives you a guidance because you can now move your hand up 1 hand position. And again, tapping it out over the head brain, the heart brain and the gut brain, doing nice big deep breaths. Place your finger at the top of your hand, move it up 1 hand position, and go ahead and do the same. So we do this until we get right around to the front of the brain area here. We're covering the whole outside area of the brain. And again, move your hand. Now, if you watched my lives the other day, you'll remember that I mentioned that it's either going to be 4 or 5 hand widths around to the front, depending on the size of your hand and the size of your head. When you get to your hand at the top of the head, a lot of people will say to me, how do I tap? You can tap straight over the top of your hand. You can tap at the front of the brain. You can tap behind the hand. If you have a super bad headache, that's going to be really painful for you. So you can tap within the field that is around the outside of the brain, that extends from the brain. So you can tap within the brain field. And it has the exact same impact and effect because of kinetic waves that are generated through the tapping process. Move your hand all the way around to the front of the brain. So our attention is on the brain. I always focus on the brain here in the head, but because our relationship between the 3 brains has advanced so much over the last couple of years, it's my soft focus that I'm improving function between all 3 brains in the body. So that would be the head brain, the heart brain and the gut brain. Now you're going to come to the side of the brain, the temporal lobes, and these run from front to back. Your hands are always like this and your fingers are together, and they run front to back like that, just sitting above the ears. So this is so that you cover off and you're connecting with your temporal lobes. Hey, Oddie babe. Take a couple of nice big deep breaths in and out. just the improved breath alone has a huge impact on the whole body. So at this stage you can do two things. You can either take one hand away, tap it in over the top of the head brain, heart brain and gut brain, or you can pretend that you've got your hands in gloves and it's like you're sliding your hands out of the gloves so that you're leaving an imprint there, and you can use both hands to tap it in over the head brain, the heart brain and the gut brain. Okay? And that's it, we're done. That's Cortices for day 1. If you've got any questions, leave it in the comments section. Look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Have an amazing day. Bye.